Welcome back, Patriots, for another episode of the Bald Brad Show. It is officially Christmas Eve. Not Christmas yet. Well, I guess for somebody around the globe, maybe it is, but not for us. We got to wait 24 hours for Santa. But Christmas, in my mind, has already come around because we won the election. And as some of you are saying in the chat, less than a month until Donald Trump steps foot in the Oval Office. I'm going to make America great again, which I can't wait. So that's going to be my Christmas present. And I don't know what all of you are getting for Christmas, but I hope you have a lovely one. And yes, Merry Christmas Eve. If my voice sounds like I'm tired, I am. Yo, this is like mud. I made instant coffee today, and I just kept pouring scoops in. Just like, it's not enough. It's not enough. Now, I'm like a dog with peanut butter. Trying to just survive. So, I don't know if you guys heard about this news this morning, but flights are shut down. People aren't getting home. It's always chaotic on Christmas, but a lot of news to cover, so buckle up. There's no real theme today's episode. Just kind of going through the news with you. And here it is. Folks, American Airlines. American Airlines. So I guess we got to go back one here. American Airlines. Because I have an update for you. Grounded on Christmas Eve. So a glitch. There was a glitch involving a software outage that disrupted weight and balance calculations. Oh, shit. All the fat people, get off the plane. What does the fat czar of San Francisco have to say about this? This is my question, because she told everybody to stay fat. That's definitely going to disrupt balance. The Federal Aviation Administration responded to the airline's request by halting all American airline flights. This incident, occurring during peak holiday travel, I would say so, caused widespread disruption, chaos, everybody's losing their minds. The issue was resolved later in the day following flights to resume, though it highlighted the dependency on digital systems and the need for robust backup solutions in aviation. I just want to comment on this. Has nothing to do with aviation, but has to do with our military. I've been commenting on stuff like this for a while is our military ready for EMP bombs? Is our military ready for another enemy power to launch some sort of missile and explode it over our atmosphere so that our technology doesn't work? If something small like this takes place where it's grounding flights because it disrupted their balance or their weight, which is a serious issue, by the way, I'm just curious. Are we ready for something like that? Is anybody in the military telling me that we're ready for something like that? Let me know. But here's people. God, I've been one of these, just hating life. Oh, God, my wife's just been nagging me all day. Oh, his back is killing him. He's been sitting there for hours. Yep, we all been there. We've all been there. Remember when flying used to be like a luxury? Used to actually be fed something other than peanuts. And here it is. This is from Fox. Breaking: American Airlines lifts nationwide ground stop due to technical issue on Christmas Eve. It lifted it. I love how they call it a technical issue. Yeah. Thank you, Eric Birch. Merry Christmas, Patriot family. Merry Christmas to you, sir. Thank you so much for the $5. That is a great Christmas gift. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Coming from the fan funding. Love it. Thank you so much. American Airlines lifted a nationwide ground stop. Look, a vendor technology issue briefly affected flights this morning. That issue has been resolved and flights have resumed. We sincerely apologize to our customers for the inconvenience this morning. It's all hands on deck as our team is working diligently to get customers where they need to go as quickly as possible. So if you're taking American Airlines, your flight is probably delayed. Hopefully none of you are traveling anything crazy over this holiday season, man. It is nuts. Where's my packages, Eric Birch? Damn, Terry. Terry's been having that locked and loaded for a couple days now because we talked about that almost 2 weeks ago Eric Birch delivers. He is the Santa Claus. And where's our packages? That is right. Some updates here. Talk about a little bit of a callback. The drone that caught Sinwar, if you recall, there's a videotape of this dude just completely a mess in a blown up building. And he's sitting like in a chair, just hunched over, just all dilapidated, just super screwed up. And a drone flies in and gets footage of him. Well, it turns out the drone footage, I mean, talk about irony. The drone footage that got this guy was donated by New Jersey Jews. I'm telling you, the timeline we live in is satirical. It knows how to mess with you. What are the odds? Can somebody tell me what are the odds here of this happening? Drones are flying all over New Jersey, right? People think they're aliens. People think they're aliens flying around going, holy shit, Grandma. And Grandma's like, I lived through Roswell. I know that. Get off of me. What are the odds here? American Israeli Defense Forces reservists didn't just fly from New York to Israel on October 7th to fight against Hamas. He helped the IDF acquire the drone that located the Hamas leader. 61 years old, was killed in October. We saw it. After the drone detected a group of militants moving between buildings. The drone helped pinpoint the terrorist location, leading to a firefight and the terrorists splitting up before being killed. Sinwar ran alone into a building and was eventually killed. Now, the final moments were captured on a drone, which we saw here, which reported him sitting with his head covered and throwing what appears to be a stick at the device. The IDF was not immediately aware that it was, in fact, Sinwar. The first drone donated by a group of New Jersey was a DJI Mavic equipped with thermal imaging and primarily used for general observation. The second drone was donated by a London, fashion designer. My mind was just blown here that the thing was from New Jersey and it was donated by Jews, and we're having drones flying around New Jersey. I'm telling you, the world is hilarious. The universe that we live in quite possibly might be the best and worst at the same time. Donald Trump's elected president. It was great. New Jersey has drones, UFOs flying around. Who knows? Wild stuff. Grandma sent me a card with money, so I'm passing some on to you. A freaking George, man, is the dude's crack up. George is a freaking crack up. Thank you, sir. I appreciate the $5. We got him and Eric Birch coming in hot today. I'm able to afford something. It's great. I love you guys. I appreciate it. Thank you. Merry Christmas, everyone. Yes. All right. Maybe my beard will grow back. Look, it's already looking pretty good, right? It's already coming in clean. You got to start fresh. Now, we got here. House wants to grill Biden's Social Security head on signing 5-year telework contract. Like I mentioned, a lot of updates in today's news headlines. Callbacks from weeks ago, sometimes months ago. Clearly, that last one, New Jersey drone with the Jews, that was from a while ago. Hell, there's also an article out there, if you guys want me to go over it, that's talking about how the IDF got the terrorists to buy walkie-talkies and pagers. Remember those things blowing up? Unbelievable. Well, Trump was mentioning this whole aspect where Biden thought it was cool just to allow people to still work remotely, like all the time, till 2029. Now, when I first heard about this, I thought Trump was talking about, during right after COVID, he signed a 5-year thing. And I was thinking, okay, well, it's almost up. It's almost 2025. I mean, what's the big deal here, buddy? What's the big deal, Trump? Well, it turns out that it is a big deal. Turns out that Biden just goes, don't worry, stay home. It's kind of like what Joe's doing. Maybe he didn't want to be a hypocrite because Joe just stays home. Joe goes to Delaware all the time. The House Oversight Committee will ask Martin O'Malley, I was going to make an Irish joke, Joe Biden's head of Social Security Administration, to testify on why he signed an agreement letting employees telework through 2029, just days before resigning his post. I didn't know that he resigned. That's news to me. That's like another double middle finger. The hearing will address existing agreements between federal agencies and federal employee unions that purport to prevent incoming executive branch officials appointed by President Trump from telling their own employees and those of the American people to show up to work. You're fired. Anything other than we'll be at work, Trump's just gonna be like, you're gone, see ya. You signed the SSA agreement with American Federation of Government Employees. After informing the press of your intent to run for chair of the Democratic National Committee and just days before stepping down from your role at the SSA, the Daily Wire's exclusive reporting, the article found that instead of union and management being on opposing sides, O'Malley actually attended a November 12 to 15 union conference in Florida where he drank and played guitar with union members who praised him before signing the contract and then resigning his post on November 29th. So they liquored the guy up. They made sure they had a good time fluffing the guy. And, now we're all stuck with this whole thing where people are probably going home and not even working. It's messed up. Look, what does it say here? Lock-in and telework at levels that originated during a global pandemic seem to be outside of the interest of even Joe Biden's administration, which has repeatedly said that federal employees should return to the office in order to provide the best service to taxpayers. Yes! Locking in telework for 5 years also seems odd considering the Social Security Administration spent $120 million. Oh my God, it just gets better. This is why we continue the articles. Oh boy. I can't even get it out. It's insane. The Social Security Administration just spent a whopping $120 million renovating its headquarters, which is currently 91% vacant. That 9% is the cleaning crew. Brad, what are they cleaning? Nothing. We're still paying them. Q 1969 with the $40 and allegedly got me a hat, but Q, I can't give you my address. I love you. I appreciate the work email. You're clearly a smart dude. I know what you do for a living. You're really, I'm dead serious right now. This guy's a freaking sharp cookie, man. The sharp cookie, clearly I'm not. Cookies aren't sharp. It's morning. Looking forward to a MAGA 2025 with our Patriot family. Merry Christmas, Brad. Thanks for the daily laughs. No, thank you so much, Q. I appreciate it. And I appreciate that email. Thank you. I would love that hat, but I don't have a P.O. box anymore. I did for a short time. But I'm thinking of ways where you can still get it if you still have it. Thinking of ways. Don't know. Like, can you imagine me communicating with Q? All right, drop it off at the box to the left of that building. Come alone. God, we have a great community, man. We really do. Make sure I don't miss anybody over at Rumble. I see you guys over there. Rumble spicy. Okay, well, let's get back into this. Thus, you manage the SSA workforce. Thank you again, you guys. For only a few days under a CBA that will tie the hands of your successor at SSA for the duration of the next administration beyond. Your motive for signing such an agreement is unclear, nor is it clear why the public interest is served by having a departing official of a lame duck administration, oh my God, determine the work agreements to occur at an agency for years after he is gone. Democracy is best served when an incoming duly elected president and his appointees are empowered to actually manage the workforce they are charged with overseeing. The SSA CBA seems intended to prevent just that, the letter continued. Ooh. We'll see what's going on here. But check this out. Unions could pose an impediment to Trump reforming the federal workforce, including bringing them back to the office. A Senate report found that 94% of federal employees are working from home. Did anybody just almost fall over in their chair? That is insane. Federal office buildings have only a 12% occupancy rate, despite taxpayers spending $16 billion a year. We could build a border wall. It's Christmas Eve. I'm gonna stay happy. I'm gonna stay jolly. God. The working from home employees included Social Security employee who actually running a home inspection business on the clock. I'm gonna read that again. The working from home employees included a Social Security employee who was actually running a home inspection business on the clock. The dude's running a company and getting paid to just sit there and do nothing. He and his mom sent a few emails during the day from his computer, and he got away with it for 3 years. You're fired. Crazy. Speaking of fired, or should be fired, speaking of crazy, we talked about this yesterday. My mind is still just completely bothered, bewildered, head spun about it. So there's a lot of people that missed yesterday's episode. There are things going on. I get it. You got work and everything else. I ain't hounding you. I'm not hounding you. I'm not nagging you. I'm just saying we covered this yesterday and we're going to do it again. Social Security. Jesus. Hey, you know what? I'll be honest. I hit the snooze button too many times. I didn't even shower before today's episode. This is actually the shirt I slept in, okay? Get off of me, all right? I told you. Jeez, you got it out of me. Secretary of Homeland Security, Alejandro Mayorkas. That's why we started a little bit later, man. I was groggy as hell. I was like, what year is it? On Sunday, that he is aware of reports. You ever just take a nap so good that you forget what the hell's going on? Like you are sleeping so good, you wake up thinking that you have school and you're 45. Mom, I'm ready. Shit, I got the exam today. Like you haven't been in school for 25 years. Calm down. All right, back to this. Secretary of Homeland Security, Alejandro Mayorkas, said on Sunday that he is aware of reports of children being trafficked. But that stopping it is outside the responsibility of Department of Homeland Security. One of the craziest videos I've seen in a while. Like, I'm still completely bewildered. More than 500,000 illegal immigrant children have been knowingly let into the country in recent years, and about 120,000 a year. I mean, that is just some insane numbers, dude. I would like to point out, you will probably never see, there's so many things you'll never see in your lifetime again, and we've lived through a lot of them. COVID-19, like 15 million people minimum coming into your country illegally, invading it basically. You saw an invasion of the United States. How many Americans can say they've ever seen something like that? Not many, but you did. You did, yeah. You went through 9/11, you went through the Gulf War, you went through a freaking recession in 2008. You lived through the Obama administration, and you thought after Obama, like, oh my God, I'm alive. I survived it. I'm a survivor. Trump gets in office, tries to clean up the mess, and then you go, oh shit, Joey's coming in. How bad could it be? He's just a deranged old man. You survived, Joey. What was worse, COVID or Joey? That's a joke. Everybody calm down on the left. Freaking, you know, the ones with the shaved head and the buzz cut and the comb over that's purple. Yeah, losing their minds. How can he compare Joe Biden to COVID-19? It's a joke. You have to tell them because their wires are crossed, you guys. That's why I have to tell them a joke. They get it. I mean, you get it. They don't. It's just their brain is like that. Mayorkas shrugged aside the high numbers. This is what I commented on yesterday. The fact that the smug look on his face, and then the fact that he just kind of threw it off. He goes, yeah, there's some people that were sold off into sex slavery, forced labor. But not everybody. That was his answer. It's been 24 hours since I've covered that story. I'm still bewildered. How does he still have a job? Individuals do not comply with the reporting obligations or otherwise. I think it's inaccurate to say that all of them are trafficked or victimized. Is he admitting that even maybe the immigration numbers are wrong? That maybe it's more than 8 million Alejandro Mayorkas that come into the country illegally? That's the number they use. Is that a remarkable thing? Yeah, only 8 million came here under Joe Biden. I don't think there's a soul in this chat. Hundreds of people watching the show right now. I don't think there's a soul that actually believes that only 8 million came under Joe Biden. They're still saying that there's 11 million in the country right now. 11 million illegal immigrants. Anybody believe that? How does Biden still have a job? That's exactly right, Angel. That's a good question. Because Democrats allow it. If there's any greater testimony, there'll never be a greater testimony. There's no greater testimony to show that Democrats suck at governing than what you saw over these last 4 years. Now, Mayorkas declined to take responsibility despite his agency's official watchdog. The DHS Inspector General in August is issuing a report saying that Immigration and Customs Enforcement, a division of DHS, must take immediate action to ensure the safety of UCs residing that's unaccompanied children, in the United States. Without an ability to monitor the location and status of UCs, ICE has no assurance UCs are safe from trafficking, exploitation, or forced labor. Look at these numbers. It is said that DHS has not been able to find, or simply didn't bother trying to find, which is what it sounds like, this number just makes me dizzy. 300,000 children to give them court papers. At one location we visited, about 35,000, or in other words, 84% of the 41,638 unaccompanied children in the local area had not been served NTAs. Oh my God. What are the odds here? That Kash Patel comes out and finds that there's like this deep state cultist ring that is trafficking children, and there's these deep state bureaucrats that are profiting off this. I mean, you guys, this is not, in my mind, looking at this from an auditing background. When I was an accountant back in the day, I used to be smart. At one location we visited, 84% just didn't get papers. This to me is not incompetency, you guys. This is purposeful. You don't get these numbers by just being stupid. No. And let's just plead the case. It doesn't matter if it's them being stupid or incompetent or doing it on purpose. Everybody should be fired. Everybody should be fired and build it from the ground up. And DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas should be held for treason. I keep saying it. I believe it. The guy has allowed and harbored terrorists in our country knowingly. And then he lied about it to Congress. At the very least, contempt of Congress or lying under oath, whatever. Take your pick at what this guy has done. It's frustrating as hell. Frustrating as hell. I'll tell you why this is frustrating. Illegal alien terror suspect arrested in New York City after being released into the country. An illegal alien and suspected terrorist from South Africa was arrested in New York after being released at the border by federal authorities. How many articles have we done about this, Patriots? How many articles? Well, this 18-year-old was arrested. Notice it's always like a male. Military-aged men pouring across the border from parts unknown and some parts known. If you're enjoying what you're seeing, hit that like button, Patriots. If you're new to the show, welcome. We got a lot of patriotism in the chat. Hit that follow and subscribe button. It's absolutely free. It won't cost you a dime. at the Brooklyn apartment 3 months after he was released into the country by federal agents when he illegally entered the United States by way of the southern border. Shocker. Well, he was first apprehended in September by Texas Department of Public Safety in Normandy when the state agency found the South African national was a spouse or child of a known or suspected terrorist. According to the Terrorist Screening Center, it is not apparent which terror organization the man is believed to have been connected to. Probably all of them. The Texas Department of Public Safety proceeded to hand this dude over to federal authorities, who later released the guy, the foreign national, into the country despite his terror ties. Hey, are you one of the guys that's receiving money from Biden? Are you Al-Qaeda? Yar? Yeah, come on in. Oh, where do you want to go? Well, a lot of Democrats will take you in. We got Chicago, you got California, Philadelphia, New York City, New York. Oh, okay, yeah, no problem. Yeah, well, no, here's the great thing about New York. If you go, they'll actually pay for your lawyer fees, your residency. Yeah, off the backs of taxpayers. Yeah. Are they struggling? Of course they are. Yeah. Well, why? Why are they struggling? Well, because they have to pay for their own family's bills as well as now yours. That's why they're struggling. Yeah. Oh, you don't give a crap? Yeah, I figured. Yeah, go to New York City. It's fine. A further subsequent investigation revealed a positive match on the terror watch list, prompting swift action by U.S. BP agents and personnel at the National Targeting Center. Border Patrol Chief Jason Owens explained in a statement. Lovely. One individual with the Department of Homeland Security reportedly said that the release of this dude was the result of a major lapse in intelligence. Jesus, dude. Oh, goody. Hey, at least they're somewhat honest. And I say somewhat because, again, this is all intentional. Give me a break. It's always a lax. Oh, yeah, he slipped through the cracks. Sorry. You mean the huge missing gaps of border wall that we don't have? Where they're just da-da-da-da-da. You know, our border wall is so unsecure. I wouldn't put past these smugglers and illegal immigrants for propping up picnic tables and just having a nice feast right there on the border before they come in. You know, a nice little celebration dinner. Adding that he is a real deal terrorist without a doubt. Oh my God. But come on in. We had you apprehended. We saw that, you know, your cousin, your dad, your aunt, your uncle, your grandma, everybody's on the terror watch list. Somehow your name just kind of was there too. But come on in, it's good. I'm sure you have good intentions. I'm sure you want to assimilate into our country. Yeah, no, you're going to do us some good. The arrest of this dude comes on the heels of another bust of illegal aliens in the Bronx. Federal agents and officers at the New York Police Department carried out a raid near the Bronx, Crotona Park, is that how you say that? Neighborhood earlier this month, resulting in the arrest of 7 illegal aliens believed to be members of a violent Venezuelan gang. Oh, goody. Yeah, we were told all this wasn't happening, remember? Yeah, there's no gang members here. That whole Aurora, Colorado apartment complex thing was fake news, right? You heard that from Kristen Welker just like 2 weeks ago, right in front of the face of the president. Mr. President, you think that's really happening? Yeah, there's reports that actually didn't take place. I showed the video, Kristen. Oh, good. Doesn't it just drive you up a wall, man? You guys, we have less than a month. Trump said he's going to be fully operational in 2 hours. His hand is going to be cramped from signing so many executive orders. And I'll tell you what, I'm not a fan of executive orders. I'm not a fan of a lot of stuff our government has been doing. I just don't give a crap anymore. People are going, well, Trump needs to take the high ground and not prosecute all these people. No. I want Trump to be full blown, doing everything the Democrats did in terms of just using the DOJ to go after political people. I don't care anymore. I'm tired of Republicans and conservatives being the nice guys. Oh, it's okay that you do it, but, you know, we're going to take the high ground. Nope, you open that door. Screw you now. You pissed us off. You went after the dude's family. I want him to do roughshod over everybody. I don't even care. And he better take care of this illegal stuff because that's what everybody wants. We're not done with illegal immigration yet. Illegal arrested for setting women on fire on New York City subway was already deported by Trump. And I wanted to make sure I highlighted this because yesterday when I covered the story, I said that this guy came in 2018 under the Trump administration. And then I followed up saying it's not solely Trump's fault that this guy came in, because Trump was fighting with the Democrats to get the border wall built and get funding for border security. He used to go at it on camera with Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer. They go, well, we don't have the money. It's not in the budget. Sorry, Donald. They're on a first name basis with him because remember, Trump used to freaking donate to these people. An illegal immigrant from Guatemala who had been deported by the previous Trump administration was arrested on Sunday. So the Trump's administration did get rid of him. The 33-year-old has not been named publicly, but the New York Post reported that he first entered illegally in 2018, which we covered yesterday. But here's the update during the Trump administration, but was reported within days. So when did he come back in? The man then re-entered under the Biden administration. I knew it. Yeah, I was sitting here. God damn, I was sitting here yesterday and I was going, something's not making sense. It doesn't sound like Trump. Look, there's a phrase we use, and I do have to cuss. I'm not doing this. This is just a phrase we use. I'm still doing good. New Year's resolution. We have this phrase when I was an auditor, and just even tax accounting, that when you're looking through somebody's books or something doesn't look right, if it smells like shit, it usually is shit. That's the phrase we use all the time. Come on. When you hear somebody coming under Trump committing a crime and they weren't deported, does it smell a little fishy? Does it smell like Joey's diaper? Yeah. So there you have it. The Trump administration previously deported the Guatemala because, you know, the left are going, look what happened under Trump. See, he's doing it too. No, we got rid of him. Dude came back under your administration. The Post reported that it is unknown how long the suspect has been in New York, but law enforcement sources told the outlet that the man stayed at multiple taxpayer-funded migrant. Jesus, dude. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Taxpayers funded this dude's living migrant shelters around New York City. Remember, we showed that video of that shelter that had Xboxes, plasma TVs, coffee tables, full phone services. They had full laundry services, heating, air conditioning, bedding, clothing was there. A revolving menu that catered to their culture, 3 meals a day. That was bonkers to me. I mean, the bill on that's insane. It was set up so much, and I'm not exaggerating this one bit. In the video, I was actually looking for jacuzzis. I was looking for like portable jacuzzis. That's how cush these people have it. I mean, Brad, did you say Xboxes and plasma TVs? Yeah, they have a recreational area. And I'm talking about like 1 or 2. There's a row of plasma TVs with a row of Xboxes with a row of rugs, couches, and coffee tables that you all paid for. Unbelievable. Sorry for sniffing into the mic. I apologize. I tried to hit the mute button, but I clicked the wrong button. So that's what's going on with that. Just a heinous crime, man. Really terrible stuff. Just god awful. God awful. So let's get into a little bit of good news here. But if you're enjoying what you're hearing, a lot of people in here, hit that like button. Again, it does support us. It's not a waste of time. It does support us greatly, and it kind of pushes the algorithm. And, you know, we're fighting back against YouTube because we know what they're doing. We all know what they're doing. They're shadow banning the channel. Well, before there was Doge, there was Rand Paul. Before there was Doge, Rand Paul unveiled an annual report showing. Now, you might think this is a typo. That right there. When you see 1 T, it's not a typo. Real. 1 trillion in government waste. Years ago, when the lottery hit $1 billion for the first time, I remember me and my dad sitting there. My dad was an accountant too. Doing the calculation of how difficult, if you're not buying houses, how difficult it would be to spend just $1 billion. Like how much money you would have to spend per day to spend that $1 billion. $1 trillion is insane. Like I'm even a math guy. I can't even fathom $1 trillion in my mind. Well, Rand Paul released the latest edition of his annual, is that Festivus report? Festivus? Pitching it is this year as being not just a precursor for the upcoming Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE. If you guys are curious why I go like that, it's because the light shines in my eyes and I can't read it. But also a useful guide for anyone looking to cut down on federal spending. The 2024 report highlights more than $1 trillion of government waste, including Florida man stealing $8 million in COVID-19 relief funds and using the money to buy an island and more ice skating drag queens. Dude, I told you we live in the greatest timeline, the greatest universe, but also the worst. Ice skating drag queens. A $12 million Las Vegas pickleball complex. $4.8 million on Ukrainian influencers. $32,000 on breakdancing. And the U.S. Navy being set to waste almost $90 billion on ineffective Navy vessels. All the while, we got crazy people roaming the streets, illegal immigrants who can't even secure our own border. But no, good thing we're paying for pickleball complexes in Las Vegas. The report lists almost $300,000 spent on ensuring bird watching groups have safe spaces, aka affinity groups. I told you it's Christmas Eve. We're going to be calm today. Huzzah. Huzzah. The State Department also allocated $330,000 to fund censorship of non-liberal and conservative media. You know, Rumble is suing YouTube right now. I've almost been wanting to ask Dylan, because I believe Rumble still might be in their discovery phase, to throw my show into the hat, and I want to see if they are shadow banning my channel. Me and my wife were talking about this last night because we had to drop a gift off to one of her friends' houses really quickly. And I just looked over at her while I'm driving, and I go, do you think that they're shadow banning my channel? And she said, yeah. Because my numbers still keep going up in terms of subscribers. You want to know what doesn't go up and stays uniform? You don't know what a uniform distribution is? It's just where everything's flat. Like month over month, it's just flat. Viewership. I have the same, and you guys, this is not an exaggeration. I'm not even shitting you. And I'm not complaining about the views. Something doesn't make sense, and I keep saying this. When I had 1,000 subscribers, and I want to be clear on this, when I had 1,000 subscribers, you want to know what my average viewer rate was per video? Not live stream, but per video, because we only did videos back then. About 100 to 150 views per video with 1,000. And I'm stoked. Like, I'm happy. 10 people, doesn't matter. Just merely making a point here. Observation. 100 to 150. I have 67 and some change, 67,000 subscribers, meaning my channel grew 67 times the size. And you want to know what my video viewership still is? Just, you want to ballpark it? 100 to 150. It actually has not changed. I want to point out that I ran the calculation of the statistic of possibility of that actually taking place. Let's just say, if it smells like shit, it usually is shit. Brad, you are spot on. ScrewTube is messing with your channel. I mean, you guys come in, no joke. I mean, people are coming in saying I couldn't find your channel. So people are finding us on TikTok. They're finding us on Rumble. They're finding us on X. And so they're trying to look you up on YouTube. They can't find you. Dude, I've even gone on. I can't find myself. I fucking run the thing. So last night I came up with I'm gonna run a test. I'm not gonna tell anybody about it. Anybody. And look, where there's a will, there's a way. I'm not going to say anything on the mic because I don't want YouTube to find out what I'm going to do, and I'm going to find out the numbers here. Well, they spent $419,000 to determine if, is this real? Lonely rats seek cocaine more than happy rats. The Department of Energy is deploying. You think that we, I mean, Doge, come in and just start slashing, dude. When you see stuff like this, folks, it really is believable to me that we for sure will hit $1 trillion and maybe 2 trillion. I also would like to point out that you could do some serious work if you started slashing social programs. The stuff here is not social programs, folks, that we're going over. This is just BS stuff. 70% of our budget is social programs. In theory, we could get out of this mess in probably our lifetime. I'd say a decade. We could pay back our debts and be okay. Realistically, if we cut social programs, but we won't do it. Nobody will. Department of Energy is deploying $15.5 billion to push Americans towards electric vehicles they don't want. National debt's nearing 34 trillion. No, it's 36 trillion. 36 trillion. We need Doge more than ever. People don't know how to do things, man. I'm telling you, the Democrats just want to ruin everything. They want to shove things down your throat. Speaking of people and Democrats that want to shove things down your throat, Disney's Lion King prequel falls to Sonic and holiday box office upset. I saw the trailer for this, and I remember looking at my wife. I said, who's asking for this movie? I mean, I'm sure there's some hardcore Lion King fans that were drooling out the mouth for this. I can't believe it. They're giving us what we want. Just you guys. Nobody else asked for this. You wasted a ton of money on a movie that nobody wanted. My guess is, I don't know who these people are. My guess is there's a lot of diversity hires in this film, and it probably upped their ESG score. Probably what I think took place. Disney's Mufasa, The Lion King, the prequel to the hugely popular 2019 live-action remake of Lion King, struggled at the holiday box office on its opening weekend, falling to Paramount's Sonic sequel. It's the third film in Sonic, and I'm not hounding it. I'm just saying that usually a third film versus a film that's just coming out basically almost like a standalone, like Mufasa, should have done better. Was the highly anticipated backstory of The Lion King, which made $35 million at the domestic box office, falling well behind the pre-release expectations of $50 million. Not even close, baby. It comes after Disney spent more than $200 million to make the film and another $100 million on worldwide promotions. Folks, they spent $300 million and they only made $35 million domestic box office on an opener, which guess what? It goes down from here. They might be losing $200 million on this movie. I've always said this, and I will continue to say it. These executives at Disney don't care about losing money. They don't care. It's all about pushing an ideology. It always has been. That's why you never want to hire a DEI person, a leftist in your company, because they will drive it into the ground. And not only that, they will create a lawsuit. They will create some sort of HR issue for you. You don't hire these people. You don't want to be around these people. You say something slightly wrong, they'll sit there and put a freaking paperwork into the HR department. You come in because you said, hey, yeah, that's a nice Christmas sweater. He was hitting on me. It was sexist, and I think it was slightly racist because I'm a woman. Like, just something that doesn't even make sense, right? I'm telling you, these people are toxic, man. Sonic, on the other hand, earned $62 million from moviegoers and cost $122 million to make, meaning they made half their money back. As we've seen this franchise audience grow, we saw a window in the marketplace in December where we thought we could stand out. Paramount president of domestic distribution, Chris, was that Aronson, said, we've been able to accomplish that. Sonic is going to dominate through the holidays. Not Mufasa. Now, it could be wrong. Maybe people will show up because a lot of people like doing that stuff on Christmas. But man, even it's globally 87 million. Wow. Wicked, which I thought was an okay movie, has made almost 400 million since it opened Thanksgiving holiday. Disney has a lot of flops, folks. A lot of flops. And it's not doing well. And you want to know why it's not doing well? It's not doing well because of the ideology they're pushing. And there was an article that I came across, I think it was yesterday, maybe 2 days ago, it might have happened over the weekend, that talked about how Disney's going to kind of hold back on the whole narrative that they've been pushing. I'll believe it when I see it. I used to be a big Disney fan, guys. You know that. I had park passes for years, which we cut off because I love Broadway. I love musicals. I love singing. I just like entertainment. That's what I like. And I told you guys, I'm a part of the Screen Actors Guild. I'm not a good actor. Will never portray to be one. But, you know, I had a fun hobby, little run doing that. And I love entertainment. And Disney really just fell off the handle. See what I did there? If you saw Wicked, it's part of the song. Yeah, you got to be part of it. I canceled Disney. Well, good. Maybe they'll learn the lesson. Sometimes you got to cancel things for them to, you know, wake up. I hope I'm never canceled. We've all done crazy things in our lives. When they sit there and when they turn around, when they make a change, we got to forgive and enjoy the content that they create. When they change. Remember, they came out with Avengers Endgame. And then after that, it just, they peaked and they went up. Somebody that just never peaked and just has always sucked is, well, Kamala Harris here. Hey, Brad, where are you going with this article? Where could you be going? Well, it's something we have been saying for a while, that her and Joe just give us endless content. And in that way, they will be missed. I'm not going to miss what they've done to this country. I'm not going to miss their lack of leadership. I'm not going to miss anything other than the crazy stuff they said and did, because it creates content for me. President-elect Donald Trump's top pollster revealed in a recent interview that Vice President Kamala Harris herself had been the one who provided the campaign with the most effective ad content. Yes. Well, this dude told Politico in a joint interview with Campaign Advisor that the ads that had the greatest impact were the ones in which they were able to use Harris's own words. And for that reason, they had never been short of content, and neither were we. Joe did great for us, right? Falling up a flight of stairs numerous times, having to take the short staircase to get on Air Force One, looking for dead people, taking photos with people at events that were never in the first place. The dude actually hit a golf ball backwards. I always emphasize that really happened because people don't believe it. There's not many videos out there where somebody hit a golf ball backwards. Talking with dead people, that one still gets me every time. Joe was having a conversation with a dude that's been dead for 40 years. It's an endless thing, wandering off, getting lost, bumbling through his words, fighting with his teleprompter. I will make a trip to Joe Biden's library. I will fly out if that teleprompter is there. If that teleprompter has a spot in that presidential library, I will go and take a selfie with it. That teleprompter is undefeated. You'll never see a teleprompter as great as that. Yes, you did it, Joe. When recapping the election, the guy noted that the Trump team never really believed that the popular vote was in play until the last 2 weeks of the campaign. The reason he explained was that although Harris had a surge in popularity, as everybody expected, the honeymoon phase, when she first became the nominee, she was unable to carry that momentum beyond the initial bump because she's terrible. That's why she didn't even make it to the Iowa caucus when she originally ran. I used to describe it like a wave coming up on the shore, and when the wave hit its high water mark, and then it just receded back. And so the one thing she was never able to do was close the sail He said, adding that he believed her team's lack of coherent message was the reason she had never been able to get it together. She never had a message. She's from my state. I watched this lady. She never had a message. Granted, she did speak a lot clearer when she was a part of this state, but not after. I told you it's a weird thing, you guys, to watch how, I don't know if, like, when you get into the White House, if something happens to you, I mean, you age a lot faster, maybe from the stresses of the job. I mean, Joe looks like the guy from Tales of the Crypt. But I don't know what happened to her. She didn't used to talk like an idiot. She always has been an idiot, but she didn't talk like one, always. I mean, the one of the untold stories of this race, perfect example last week of the campaign that ran 162 different unique creatives on digital TV. He said the Trump team in that same time ran 50. When asked which ads had the greatest impact, the answer was simple. Well, first, usually any ad where she was talking was effective. Yes. Usually any ad where she was talking was effective. Yo. You want to know what's even funny is, one, it's true, and two, he just said this casually. Yeah, well, any ad that she was talking was effective. Using her words, and there were a ton. In fact, there was so much, we couldn't even use all of it. There's a director's cut. Oh, shit, dude. I'm crying. It's just great. It's like, anytime she talks, it was effective. There's actually so much content, we couldn't even use half of it. I'm sweating, man. Oh, God, this is great. Christmas Eve story. Well, this other person weighed in then, noting that the Harris campaign had made a miscalculation when it came to low propensity voters, meaning those who didn't typically vote at all. No, the whole thing was a miscalculation. They got rid of Joe for her and still lost. It's two different tacks. Low propensity, get them to vote. Persuadable, try to get them over. The Harris campaign was convinced around 4 to 6%. We knew it was probably closer to 10 to 12%. We focused the entire campaign built around the issues that matter to the persuadable voters early. Yeah. We had that one. There's another one here. Hold on a second. Top fundraiser. Member of the DNC Finance Committee speaks on leaving party, calls it a cult. Check this lady out here. There was I don't have it. I'll see if I can find it. After being slammed by the far left for her critical comments regarding the way Kamala Harris's campaign blew through billions of dollars, a powerful fundraiser for the Democratic Party, who was a member of the DNC Finance Committee, announced she was leaving the party, calling it a cult. Yes. Lindy Lee, who publicly stumped for Harris, she'll probably be voting for Trump, appeared on Fox and Friends weekend where she stated, I think unfortunately the Democrat Party has the stench of loser written all over the party. No, they've been the party of losers for decades. Hell, since they loved slavery, they've been the party of losers. Since they were the party of the Klan, they were losers. Since they were the party that started all these social programs that drove us into a national deficit, a debt, they're all losers. They've always been a loser party. And even up till recently, where they chauffeured in a candidate without a single vote for her, they don't even follow their own party's name anymore. And so I pose the question, why are they called the Democrat Party when nothing that they do is democratic? And you want to know what? Still never been given an answer. They're the progressive party. That's what they are. And they go, well, you guys are far right. No, there's a reason why a lot of Democrats are now becoming Republicans, because we're actually more center. They keep lying to all of us. Oh, well, the left has got further left and the right's got further right. No, we haven't actually. And it's one of my main problems with the right is we've actually gone more center than anything. I liked where we were. Let me explain. You might go, Brad, I'm not following you. Republicans used to be somewhat like fiscal conservatives. Fiscal conservatives never liked spending more money than what we had. Republicans kind of followed that same ideology somewhat, but then broke away. Now they don't care. Republicans used to care. That, I mean, that's one of the main differences, right? Really. But the other difference is that Republicans and conservatives used to like smaller government. Republicans don't mind big government now. We'll see. We'll see if they finally change their tune, but they've been a part of this whole bureaucracy as well. The deep state, these people that, this managerial class inside our federal system that are unelected and tell you what you can and can't do with your business and what you can and can't do with your money and do all these other things and tell you what you can and can't do. Yeah, Republicans were part of that too. Well, this past week has been harrowing for me. This Saturday, I went on Fox and Friends and said that the Democrats have a stench of loser hanging over them. As soon as I said that, they were boycotting campaigns against me. Unblock, unfollow campaigns. I lost 40,000 followers in 4 days. People have called me the W word. They're calling her a whore. I don't know what we're allowed to say, but you could fill in the blank. Urged by Morgan to say the word, she continued. They called me a whore. Well, there you go. They called me the C word. They asked for me to be deported. All these so-called Democrats, the party of inclusion, the party of diversity. So is this her red pill moment because it's all of a sudden happening to her? Is she just waking up that this has been going on since Obama administration? Do these people make it seem like they're the party of inclusion, the party of diversity, when in actuality they're not? We've been saying it for years. Masks off. And it's even worse because they pretend to occupy the moral high ground. Yeah. They masquerade. We have a chapter in our book talking about Antifa specifically, how they masquerade as anti-fascists when in actuality they're fascists. I talk about the tactics. I talk about where fascism comes from. I talked about socialism, all that stuff in the book. Trojan Horse on the Left is Destroying America. Get yourself a copy today. A great book. When I dare to utter any criticisms of the goddess Kamala Harris, I get ostracized. Me, after having raised tens of millions of dollars for the party, and I'm being called a grifter, when all along, all these years I've said on TV, I've said to the press, I'm a conservative Democrat. What is up with Democrats putting these words in front of the word Democrat and making it seem like, well, I'm a conservative? My donors are pissed. I'm trying to process that. It's like when Bernie Sanders and AOC saying, I'm a socialist Democrat. So you're a socialist. In this case, she's saying she's a conservative Democrat. She's not a conservative. That doesn't make any sense. My donors are pissed. Why do we spend millions of dollars on our 5-star hotels for campaign staffers? Why do we spend $500,000 essentially bribing Al Sharpton moments before he interviewed Kamala? Well, Al Sharpton is a race baiter. He hasn't done anything good. He is a predator in terms of capitalizing on families in their darkest moments. He has a scumbag. These are legitimate questions, but no, in the cult, you can't ask questions. And leaving the Democratic Party or even questioning the Democratic Party is like leaving a cult. It's terrifying. I don't want to be a part of the craziness anymore. They're accelerating my rightward shift. Look, lady, if you're going to keep saying stupid things like this, I don't want you part of my party. Hell no. They all want to come to the Republican Party now because they realize that their party's crazy, but then they're going to vote the same way. You want to know how I know they're going to vote the same way? Because they're saying stupid stuff like this. She still classifies herself as a Democrat. Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. No. Trying to see what else we want to get to here. Let's get to a little bit of California news, a little bit of Fox news. If you're enjoying what you're seeing, we do this every single morning, 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time here on the Bald Brad channel. I am your host, Brad Roberts. I got to start saying that more often. I feel like people don't even know my name. Well, alleged shoplifter shocked to learn stealing now a felony. They found out there's a new law. So Proposition 36, which increases punishments for retail theft and drug possession offenses, recently went into effect. Guess who voted for that? This guy. That was one of the first ones I flipped over and I voted. So just give me my process. I bubbled in Trump first. I flipped to the next page that had Prop 36 on it and I bubbled that in. Those were my two immediate votes. Just a heads up. Like, right, I didn't really care, but it's nice to know about it. So we're going to play the video here for in one moment. There's just, they love to play ads and stuff that none of us really care about. So while the ad is playing, if you could, hit that subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber. If you're over at Rumble, hit that follow button. I'm still trying to figure out how to fix locals. I'm not quite sure. Brad, conservative Democrat isn't a myth. It's referencing folks like the Reagan Democrats, perhaps extinct, but that's the reference. But she looks too young for that to be a Reagan Democrat. Holy crap, is this? Hold us. All right, here we go. This is Seal Beach. Is there no audio? All right, I guess there's no audio. So they're stealing stuff. And Seal Beach, California, where I lived for quite some time. So I actually might even know this police officer. Not a joke. So this is Kohl's. I might have actually been to that Kohl's, which is crazy to think about. And they're stealing stuff. If you don't recall, if you stole anything under, I think it was like $950, it was just a misdemeanor. Now they're going in because they're so stupid, right? Obviously they're idiots and they're scumbags for stealing stuff that's not theirs. And they don't realize that now it's a felony, which is good because it should stop people from doing these types of things. And they walk out with it. And I don't know why there's no audio on this. That's kind of a bummer. Look at him running. What you gonna do? I'm trying to figure out where this location is at. Because I'm going to go visit. So that's where they realize it's a felony, question mark.
New laws. Stealing is a felony. And this is Orange County. I don't play. That's why I asked what county is this. That's where I went to jail.
Hold on. I'm going back.
Stealing is a felony.
I want to pause it on this quote.
And this is Orange.
In this Orange County, they don't play. That's because Orange County is heavily Republican, you idiots. Heavily Republican. Go down to Huntington Beach. No, I'm going to show you what Huntington Beach looks like for you patriots in the chat. 'Cause you guys are from different parts of the country. And I'm going to show you what Huntington Beach looks like, Orange County. That's what that looks like in Orange County. This isn't nothing, by the way. There's always more. This is like every weekend. Every weekend is like this. And there's usually more down there. So this is what Orange County looks like. And these girls, I'm going to go steal stuff. I usually go down there. So if you're ever down in Orange County, you might spot me. I like to go walk on the pier, grab a cup of coffee really quick. Check out the babes. Just kidding. A lot of Trump supporters. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Some news here. Matt Gaetz, misconduct allegations. I'm not going to spend too much time on this because they're just that, allegations. And what we've kind of done in a society, which I don't like, is that whenever somebody makes a claim about somebody else, we automatically take it as truth. They're just allegations. Somebody said that he did something, and it's a he said, she said. The committee acknowledged that it normally does not release reports on former Congress members, but chose to do so in this case because of the intense public interest in the case. I'll be honest, I don't know a single person that has a ton of interest in this. Sounds like a hit job to me. The committee said that it found substantial evidence of the following from at least 2000. When they say substantial evidence, you guys, remember these are the same people in Congress that still play up January 6th. These are the same people that are telling you how to spend your money, but they're spending theirs a totally different way, meaning just trillions of dollars here, right? $500,000 for to see if dogs are gay or if rats are addicted to cocaine more often than non-happy rats or some stupid crap that we just read. That's why I say, when I see stuff like this and Congress does this, there are a bunch of liars up there. Maybe some of it's true. I don't know. Innocent until proven guilty. From at least 2017 to 2020, Representative Matt Gaetz regularly paid women for engaging in sexual activity with him. Honestly, that doesn't bother me. I don't know if he's married, but okay. I don't know if Matt necessarily needs to pay to have women have sex with him. He's a congressman. He's not terrible looking. In 2017, Representative Gaetz engaged in sexual activity with a 17-year-old girl during a period 2017. The reason why, too, is people are so willing to make stuff up. Look at the Duke guys. You all remember the Duke lacrosse team? How a girl said that the guys raped her. It never happened. But then you have the hashtag believe all women. No, I'm not going to believe all women. Especially when it comes to political stuff. How people just pull stuff out of their ass all the time. All the time. They just make stuff up. Oh, he slept with me. And it's some like chick with a buzzed cut with a comb over and the hair's purple. All tweaked out, right? Like just skinny from all the meth. Like, no, he didn't. And then let this go, look, he raped that girl. Like that one lady said that Trump fondled her in that elevator. Really? Give me a break. I look at her and I look at Melania. Like it's night and day. These are the women that are coming out saying stuff about conservative men and Republican men right here. He touched me. He touched me. He fondled me. It's like, really? Hey. Get this off my screen. Gaetz seems super fun. He's attractive. I think the haters are jealous. He'll make stuff up about anybody. You know, I'm not like a Daily Wire. I love Daily Wire. Obviously, we cover their stories all the time, right? As you could see. What I mean by that is I'm more of just like an average Joe American. If Matt Gaetz is paying for sex, I'm not into it, but whatever. It's not like he's... How do it's kind of like when people are going, well, Donald Trump slept with a lot of women. I wasn't fazed by it. He's a billionaire. He's a playboy. Like, why would I be shocked about that? And why would it bother me? Yeah, the guy was getting down. He's a billionaire. He has a lot of money. Yes. Does anybody in the chat here just have 40,000 women running after them at all times? And the way that our brains work, trying to navigate that life of just all these luxurious women just fondling over you because you have billions of dollars. I don't think there's a patron in the chat that has that. And if you do have $1 billion, become a member. The highest tier is $9.99. $9.99 you can feed a patriot. So really, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. I want to get to this here. I want to know what you guys think about this. Wait, I've been sitting on this one, been sleeping on it. Panama's president hisses at Trump, threatens to take back the U.S. built Panama Canal. It's ours. We built it. We're going to take it back. Well, was it Panamanian president Jose Raul Molino released a scathing video on Sunday in which he signaled that his country would never relinquish control of the U.S.-built Panama Canal. Well, you know, I've seen some things by contractors. Well, if you don't want to pay up and, you know, we built it, it's ours, it's our property. Well, we should just take it down. That's a joke. Leftist, again, that's a joke. Calm down. The video came after President-elect Donald Trump threatened on Saturday that the U.S. would take back the canal unless the country stopped ripping off the U.S. companies in the U.S. Navy. As president, I want to express precisely that every square meter of the Panama Canal and its adjacent area belong to Panama and will continue to be. Now, this is Panama. Right? Panama, I'm gonna put it in my hand, okay? Guy's acting like his cojones are big. Look, we're looking down on you. He claimed that the U.S. built Panama Canal, which was controlled until Jimmy Carter gave it away, was part of the country's history and struggled in irreversible conquest. He said that the canals bring Panama's economy billions of dollars, which is why we want it back. Rates are, I mean, Jimmy Carter's still alive. Can you imagine that Jimmy Carter's going to survive this whole thing and actually see us take the Panama Canal back? Rates are not a whim. They are and will be established publicly in an open audience considering market conditions, international competition, operating costs, and the maintenance and modernization needs of the interoceanic waterway. So that's the video of him. We don't need to watch it, but Trump's sitting there. Trump's like, we're going to take back Canada. Take back, right? Canada's going to be the 51st state. He's talking about buying Greenland too now. Did you guys see that? Trump's talking about taking Greenland. He's like, oh, we're going to have the Panama Canal. Trump's just pissing everybody off. Oh, boy. Well, we were talking about the Democrat Party real quick. I just want to throw this headline at you. Democrat strategists concede party brand is in the toilet, and that's being generous. Yeah. I'm going to say this, and I keep saying it. Your brand has been in the toilet since you endorsed slavery and the Ku Klux Klan and that you didn't want civil rights for black people. Your party has been a terrible brand. I've been saying it since I've been alive. Hand to God, when was the brand good? The brand's always been in the toilet. Check this out. Sheer insanity. Conservative watchdog puts sanctuary officials on notice ahead of the Trump deportation push. Oh yeah, baby. A conservative legal group is putting sanctuary jurisdictions across the U.S. on notice ahead of an expected mass deportation by incoming Trump administration. America First Legal says it has notified nearly 250 officials in jurisdictions which limit or forbid local law enforcement cooperation with Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, that there could be legal consequences for interfering with feds or for concealing illegal immigrants. Remember, some of these illegal immigrants are terrorists. They're actually harboring terrorists. It's insane. Murderers, sex traffickers, drug cartel, violent gang members. These Democrats, that's why they're in the toilet. You're helping terrorists. Your own dude here, Joe Biden, is giving at this point, it's billions of dollars to terrorism. President-elect Trump has promised to launch a historic deportation, which we all know about. But a number of Democratic officials in states, including Arizona, Colorado, California, Massachusetts, have said that they do not and will not cooperate with the operation. Trump's border czar, Tom Homan, who we love here, has hinted that there could be legal consequences for those who get in the way of the operation. Well, like throw them in jail. Proponents of sanctuary policies argue that local jurisdictions cannot be compelled to assist the government and that barring ICE cooperation encourages otherwise law-abiding illegal immigrants to work with police and report crimes, making the area safer. Opponents say that policies result in the release of otherwise deportable criminals back on the streets. AFL's notice letter to the 249 officials says the federal government has ultimate authority over immigration and points to clauses in the federal law that prohibit state and local governments from restricting communications with DHS about immigration status, and that making or concealing, harboring, and shielding an illegal immigrant a federal crime. And again, some of these are terrorists. Why is it so hard? Why is it so hard to explain to Democrats and progressive left that they're helping a terrorist out? And you could just do a simple test. Simple test. And people have done this, not with the terrorist analogy, but just,
sheltering an illegal immigrant. When, they walk around with a clipboard, like these on the street interviews, and they go, hey, we're doing a petition here to help illegal aliens out with shelters. Oh yeah, because their hair's in a pigtail, right? They're a male identifying as a female. Their bulge just sticking out of the skirt and signing it. Signs it and they go, okay, cool. And they bring out the illegal immigrants and go, okay, yeah, we're going to put them in your home. All of a sudden, it's not a good deal. All of a sudden, oh, can't do it. Oh no, yeah, it's not going to work for me. I don't have room. I don't have space, blah, blah, blah. And whatever excuses there they come up with. Let's start shipping them these people to Democrats. Yeah. I'd be curious. Just throw it on the tax form. I've always said this. You could do a lot of funding with a 1040. I don't know why nobody's never brought this up to Trump, by the way. You could have just funded the border wall through a tax form. How? Look at the front of your 1040. I'm trying to remember if it's on the left or right. There's a $3 to a presidential campaign. $3. There's millions of people that would donate $10 to $5 to $3. You could put different check marks on that list, right? And just have another text form. That money just goes to a wall or something. I don't understand. Maybe I'm misunderstanding something, but you could do thing. I don't know why you couldn't do it. So what I mean by that is put it on there, and I want to see how many Americans are for illegal immigration. Put your money where your mouth is. I've said I'll put my money where my mouth is. You want to start a funding for a border wall? Let's do it. I'll throw in some cash. I don't got a lot of it, but I'll throw some money in there. We'll see. We'll see. Well, that's actually it. That's today's episode, folks. Look at it. We got nothing left. We're empty. We're empty. I appreciate all of you. I hope you enjoyed today's episode of the Bald Brad Show. Patriots, should we do a show tomorrow morning? It's Christmas. Should we do a show tomorrow? I'm gonna wait. While we're waiting, again, we do have a book, Trojan Horse: How the Left is Destroying America. You can get it at Barnes & Noble. You can get it on Amazon. It used to be in Walmart. I wonder if you just type in Trojan Horse in my books. It's not. They're shadow banning me. So here's the book. Whoa! That is on sale. 21% off. But you're getting it after Christmas. You should have already ordered it. You were late. Great show, Brad. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Merry Christmas, everyone. Yes. People are saying no. Okay. No, not Christmas. Okay, cool. Hey, you know what? I ain't complaining. I get to sleep in. I never complain. Although I almost missed the show today. I hit that snooze button so many freaking times. I messed up. Well, anyways, I hope you guys have a lovely Christmas. I will still put a video out, but it'll be like a thank you video. Just, Merry Christmas to all of you. And just, share my thoughts of just, again, how thankful I am to have a community. Please don't, I really do want to say this while I have you guys here, because it's always the Patriots, the hardcore guys and gals that stick around, is when I'm complaining about viewership, please understand I'm not complaining about views themselves. I'm complaining that things don't make sense and that we should be at higher numbers. Even if it was 200, I'd be stoked, right? 50. It's not about that. It's about that things just aren't making sense and that it's an uphill climb. And that's what. So I don't want people to think, well, Brad, you should just be happy with 150. I'm on board with that. I'm just merely making a point that things aren't adding up and that it's frustrating and that I look at you guys as friends and family. So I want to vent to you and you guys hopefully lend an ear for that. I appreciate that. I don't have anybody else to vent this stuff to. So I got you guys. So I appreciate you listening and always having my back and supporting, watching, contributing, buying stuff. Like, you guys are a phenomenal group of people, and I hope you have a lovely Christmas and make the most of it. Trump got in, so if you're not getting any gifts, that's the best gift, I think. There's not gonna be a greater gift, folks. I hate to say it, unless somebody cancer goes into remission or something. I don't know. That's a great gift. That's better than Trump. You know, life is precious. So with that being said, take care of one another. Pray for this country. I hope you have a lovely Christmas. Celebrate Jesus. Open up a freaking Bible for once, folks. Okay. And love you. Take care. See you later.